Guys, I just dropped my laptop on my foot, and now my foot really hurts, but we're gonna keep going. Hi, welcome back to my channel, or welcome if you're new. I'm Karen Casey. If you haven't noticed, my eye look is not quite complete because I'm going to finish it as I review and demo the E.L.F. Baked Eyeshadow Palette. You get 10 colors and a decent sized mirror that I will cover so that you're not blinded. They are all shimmers. You get 2 cool tones and the rest are warm. You get 2 champagne colors, a pink and this sort of yellow one. They're hard to see here, I know, bear with me. You get this bronzy, sort of almost orange color. That's the yellow undertone champagne. You get this sort of pink rose gold, a pretty warm medium toned brown. This cool toned gray, silver, blue color. It changes with the light, so like there it looks more gray, there it looks blue, and it looks silver as you go back more. This is a really deep neutral to warm toned brown, this brown with almost a gold undertone, this warm deep brown, and this cool toned violet color. So you are crooked. There we go. So I love this palette. If you couldn't tell, my palette is pretty well used, but I really dug my finger in here when I was swatching these, and there's not a whole lot of pigment. So, and I had to, I was digging. They're a little faded, but, so, there's a couple of tricks to using this palette. One of which being, don't use a brush. The brush won't work at all. So I will demo that right now. See, I am like really digging my brush in here. There's nothing. Those 2 black lines there are from makeup I was testing earlier. You can't see the color. So, brush, don't use it. So, when you are using this, when you first open it, you're going to want to take your finger and rub off the first layer of it, because I don't know if there's like a treatment on there, but it is not particularly pigmented when you first get it. So, once you get that layer off, you're going to continue using your finger, and so that it doesn't fade like this does, because you go to blend it, and it disappears on you. It's gone. So you're going to want to use an eyeshadow base when you're using these. So I like the NYX Jumbo pencils, but when you're using these, you have to bear in mind that the color will change the color of the eyeshadow. So if you want it to stay as true to the color as possible, I would use Milk by NYX. It will lighten the color, but it will be as true to the color as possible because it's a matte white. So for the sake of this demo, to show you how it changes the color, I'm going to use the white. They're pink in Strawberry Milk. I don't know why they're liking dairy products so much, but a lot of things are like yogurt and milk. And then I'm going to use Black Bean. So, after you have applied this, you're going to take your finger and blend it a little bit. I'm switching fingers so that there's no like cross-contamination happening, which you should do if you're going to use multiple colors with different bases. You especially want to blend the black because it won't go well if you don't. So I am then going to take, let's do this brown right here. So I'm going to take the color, or the finger that I used for that color. So this is the finger I used white for, so I'm going to put that on the white. Again, so there's no cross-contamination happening. And just blend and pat that. And then this is the finger I use the pink for. So I'm going to take that same color and put it on the pink and just pat and rub it on. And then this is the one I use the black. And put that on. The black shows through a little bit, so be very careful and be sure to put a lot of product on. Just for the sake of time, I'm not going to worry about it too much. So see, it's all the same color in the palette, and yet you end up with 3 almost completely different shades. They're still brown, obviously. It's not going to change the color that much, but it's definitely going to change the shade and the undertone of it. So, that is my brush strap. Welcome to being a girl, guys. So, for the demonstration on my eyes, so that you can see how I would do this, I'm going to take, I think I'm going to do the pink with the brown for a good effect here. And what you're going to do is you're going to apply the pencil directly to the eye, so that you can really see the color. I'm going to do my whole lid. Usually I would just do the inner corner because that's where I put like my shimmers. So I'm going to pat this around just a little bit because you don't want it to dry down on you, because then the shadow won't stick to it as well. So shadow. And just pat that all over where you put the base. And then since this is gonna stick pretty well, but not like it's stuck like glue, you're gonna take, or you can, if you need a little help blending, you can take a brush. This is where the brush would be your friend. And just blend it into your crease more. Alright, I'm gonna do the other eye off camera and I will be right back. And that is the finished eyeshadow. I will get a little closer so that you can see. So you can't see the pink, but it definitely affects the color. So the trick with using at least the NYX Jumbo Eye Pencils is to make sure that you pat it with your finger. If you don't pat it, it's going to stick like glue. It's not going to blend. You're going to make a mess. You're going to get really aggravated. Please learn from my mistakes, people. I did this. It was a mess. Don't do it. Make sure to pat it just a little bit. You don't want to over pat it because then it's going to dry and it's not really going to stick. But you don't want it to be too sticky. So those are my tips and tricks on using the E.L.F. Baked Eyeshadow Palette. I hope that was helpful for you guys. I know when I first bought this palette, I was so excited because the colors are so pretty. But I couldn't get it to work, and then I got really aggravated, and then I figured out how to make it work, and I just had to share it with you guys so that you guys could love this palette as much as I do. And that's it. I will see you in my next video. Bye, guys.